What is going on, Movie Meals? Same shirt. I'm filming videos back to back to back because I finished a show I really love. Season came out on Netflix. A lot of the shows, when they air on a major network, when they're airing, I don't get a chance to see them, or I don't really go my way out to watch them. I wait and do a Netflix season of it. Wait till the new season hits Netflix. So I just got a chance to watch season 8. I believe it was season 8 of Shameless. I'm a big fan of Shameless. I started watching it about a year ago on Netflix, and I just decided to binge it. They were about halfway done when I caught up with this newest season that I just finished, which just dropped on Netflix. Took me about a week and a half, 2 weeks to finish. And I loved it, guys. I love this show. I love the cast of characters. It's a real show. It handles a lot of real issues. And this will be spoilers, guys. This will be spoilers. If you haven't seen it, I'll kind of mostly do non-spoilers at first, and I'll move into some spoilers. But I really enjoy the show. I enjoy the way the characters are handled most of the time. One of my big negatives is sometimes they're characters that really... I'm not big fans of their storyline, where it's constantly the same thing, or I don't like the character overall. So that's my biggest weakness of the show. I think all of the actors are pretty solid. Outside of maybe a couple of the younger ones, maybe do one thing pretty well, but overall, maybe not the most talented overall, but they do this one thing for the show very well. But I really enjoyed this season. Now we're getting into spoiler territory, so... I have been up and down since the first time I've ever talked about Shameless. If you've seen the show, I'm very up and down on a lot of some of the characters. Like Fiona will have a great storyline, and then not so great storyline. Lip will have a great storyline, and then not so great storyline. I think all the characters kind of had that, with the exception of maybe Frank. I think Frank overall has been positive because he's so outlandish, and they deal with a lot of real themes: bipolarism, depression, suicide, alcoholism, drug addiction. They deal with a lot of real themes, and they show it off in a real way that can sometimes be comical with yet really dark. This season was after the result of their mother Monica dying, which I think was a great thing to do, because I think Monica was a really poor character in the show. I don't blame the actress whatsoever. I think she did a great job for what she was given, but I just never enjoyed Monica. When she first showed up, I was like, oh, interesting. Let's see how this is going to play out with the mom, but I liked that they killed her off. I think it worked better for the show, and I really liked this season because I felt like everyone was on a high. Everyone ended on a high, which a lot of the times it doesn't happen for everybody. Ian got what he wanted. Lip is figuring himself out. I love the direction Lip's going. I do miss a little bit of super genius Lip, and the guy who was going to college, wanted to be an engineer and all those things. I missed that a little bit. But I like that he has dealt with his alcoholism, the things he had to go through, where now he's trying to help others, and that's kind of how it's helping him. I like that he told Sierra at the end of at this season, hey, I don't like what I don't know you. I was drunk all the time. I don't know you. I don't know myself. And I love that he came to terms with that, and to be him, to try to find out who himself is. Ian's storyline with this gay Jesus thing, it feels a little outlandish to me. It feels a little radical, but I think it also works for this kind of show. In a way, I think Ian is one of the most talented young actors out there today. I think he killed it. Or I've seen clips and I've heard that he kills it as the Joker on Gotham, and that maybe they wrote him kind of weird, but he does a really great job, and I love that. I think he's an extremely talented actor. I've really liked a lot of his storylines, but right now he's kind of the one that is going back and forth. I love one episode, and the next episode I don't think they handled him as well. And then one episode I think they did handle him really well, and then the next I don't. But so he's kind of up and down, but overall I think I am enjoying Ian. I enjoyed his storyline for the most part this season. I love some of the dynamics. Like when he was fighting with Fiona in season 8 and they were arguing, I thought that was a little bit ridiculous. But I like how they handle his bipolarism, and that every time something goes wrong, it's like, are you off your meds? And he's like, no, I can be passionate about something without being on my meds. And I think that's realistic. I think a lot of people have to deal with that in real life who have bipolarism or depression or other things, where people are like, are you off your meds just because you're acting a little different? And I like that they tackled that theme. I think that's a really important, realistic theme that people deal with. So I really, really enjoyed that. I really like what they're doing with Carl. I'm not big on the psycho girl just because of what she's doing to Carl, and she's... Honest to gosh, I think she's so real. I think there's a lot of people, women, men, I think there's a lot that act that way. And that's scary because she's insane on this show. You think she's over the top, but I think there are real people that act that way. But I love what they're doing with Carl, because I really enjoyed when Ian was the military guy. I thought the military kid in the family made sense for one of them to be that way, and it didn't. And Ian ended up struggling with his bipolarism to do that, and then it went kind of that they shifted that storyline to Carl, and I think it works really well with Carl. He does this whole, drug cleansing thing, the detox, which I think is really, I thought it was funny. I thought it worked out well overall. I thought it was also dark at times, which works. I really liked it. So I really liked his storyline. Backtracking to Fiona, I like that they brought back the fiance from the last season. I thought that worked for its episode 2 dynamic. It did. The 2 episodes maybe he was in there. I'm not big on the guy she's with now. I think he's kind of a loose character. I'm not falling in love with him. He's kind of an a-hole. Doesn't seem like the best fit. I'm not loving him. I'm not big on him. Again, I love everything with Lip. I think Carl's great. I'm not a big fan of Debbie. I don't blame the actress, but I think Debbie is one of the weakest written characters of the entire show. I'm enjoying the dynamic between Frank and Liam. I think Liam is a cool character because he's kind of like, he's seen every one of his siblings do all these crazy things, and he's kind of just chilling at his private school, I mean, he is in the private school area used as a way to bring diversity to the school. He's a tool for them to look better, which isn't great. But for him as a character, he's getting the best education of any of them. He's getting opportunities. He's made friends the others haven't. I like how he ends with not giving Frank the information for them to rob him, that he's kind of going off on his own beaten path. I love that he's finally getting that age. I love the way they've handled Liam so far. I think Frank is doing pretty good. I like his storylines. I think Frank is just so over the top and so crazy that like everything he does I want to watch. So I enjoy Frank. My favorite character overall is Kevin. I think Kevin is the funniest character. I think he's handled the best. I think the actor plays him in such a fantastic way that works. Every time Kevin is on screen, if I'm like diverting to my phone or I'm diverting to something else off Netflix, I am back in immediately with Kevin because I think Kevin is so fantastic. I think V is really great as well. I like Svetlana. She kind of goes back and forth, but Kevin has been the driving force to keep everybody great to me. And those storylines. I need a little bit more V and Fiona. You don't get it as much as we used to, and I miss that. But every time they come together, I like it. I like the new chick Fiona's hanging out with in her apartment that she owns. I like her. I want to see where her and her I think it's a fiance. I can't remember if it's her girlfriend or fiance, but they're having kids together. I love their dynamic, the 3 of them. So I'm really interested in that. But yeah, guys, that's mostly my highs and lows. I really like each of the characters' individual storylines, how they usually come together. Outside of Debbie, I think is the weakest link, and it really is the weakest part of this show is just every now and then the storylines. But because other characters have such great storylines, that I think it's kept me going. It's hard to keep you invested 8 seasons in. Not many shows can do it, can keep you hooked for a long time. We've seen that with like a Walking Dead. Really struggle to keep viewership, but I think Shameless is a really good show. I'm shocked a lot of the actors have not gotten a lot of other work. I like that they've written off a few characters that maybe were starting to not hold their own, and then they bring them back every now and then. But yeah, guys, I'm a big fan of Shameless. I'll have to wait the year until it cycles back to Netflix for season 9. But that's okay with me. I like this Netflix cycle I'm kind of on. But yeah, guys, those are my thoughts on Shameless. Please comment below what you think of the show or any other show recommendations you want me to try. There's a lot of shows I've heard about or haven't sat down to, and sometimes I go in phases where I'm trying to find that new show. So guys, please put all your suggestions down below. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, comment, all that great stuff. And hey, as always, thanks for watching, Mom. See you guys.